focused today.
Hey, you. Hey,
Oh.
you. Come on, sit down. You're sitting at the grown-ups table. I'm your host, Jesse Pimpinella, and as always, my partner in crime,
John Jacobs.
Thank you very much, and a happy Wednesday to everybody. I got the bride of Pimpy here, Spooky. How you doing? Yep, she's stoked.
That was really creepy, the way that you did that.
Okay, to be fair, I've been up since 4 a.m. I have dealt with just assholes all day. And on top of that, you want to know what the highlight of my day was?
You deal with these two assholes now.
Yeah, your favorite.
I had a 50-year-old woman yell at me and ask for a manager. And then I spun around and I was like, I'm the only manager on site today.
So what was the response after that?
Oh, she tried to throw a notebook at my face.
Nice. Good job.
Don't you love when you could break an adult down into a child? It's
absolutely.
a great, like it hurts that someone threw something at you, but then you're like, I got under their skin. All right, I got under there.
Just never go into social services. That's all I'm gonna say.
I mean, there's a reason why I didn't, Sarah.
No.
It's not for everybody.
It's not. I don't recommend.
Well, today we are going to be not talking about social service, though. We will talk about another thing that is a public commodity, which is school. Public school. Could be private school, but it's a spectacular back to school because number one, spooky season is starting. And number two, your kids are going back to school. So we took those two great fun topics and smashed them together. And there's a lot when it comes to horror movies. Now, to clarify, a lot of the movies, the way we group this in, you guys could probably come up with a different grouping, and I would agree with the way you group it. This is just the way we grouped ours. Feel free to comment. Feel free to join in. If you think I missed a movie, if you think maybe that movie belongs in another category, I love for you guys to bring that up. But we're going to be talking about horror movies that take place in high school, specifically that are integral to the plot. So in other words, it's not just like how Friday the 13th, they're high school students on summer break at a camp. These people are actually in the school at the time. They're dealing with test taking. They're dealing with trying to be popular. They're trying to do all kinds of stuff. And meanwhile, something is trying to kill these kids. And that's kind of what everything is coming together for this story.
Also, I would like to thank Jesse for putting aside his misogyny and finally watching Ginger Snaps.
Yes, I did. I put it away.
I can't wait to trash that movie too.
I put it aside.
It's a good movie.
So again,
a werewolf rag story.
Again, I've only seen it like once or twice. My brother, he's 4.5 years younger than me. It's one of his favorite movies of all time. I watched it back with him in 2000 when it came out, and then I was like drunk a decade later, watched it again, and then I only got through half of it because some stuff came up after work. And wow, I mean, if you really want to base your entire horror movie around getting your first period 5 years after you should have gotten it, okay, but
okay.
I thought the movie was going to end with the werewolves fighting a bear because the bear could smell their periods. But the movie,
it's hard to talk about because I don't like want to come across.
I'm being a prick.
I mean, we're being assholes on purpose, but like I get it. Like I don't want to sound like an insensitive jerk. I understand that this is something that
it's a good movie.
Woman deals with, and as men we can never understand it. I totally get that, but they did make that the focal point of the film, so I do think it's fair to talk about it. And Jesse and I are comedic assholes, so it's gonna come out in a comedic way, but we don't mean it in intentionally like hurtful ways. It's purely the comedy for the show.
I'm pulling the girl card here. Everybody's first period is traumatic as fuck.
I have no doubt about that. I have an 11-year-old daughter. I know at some point it's going to happen, and I'm going to have to handle it. And so I get it. I 100% get it. I do.
And this is actually a good transition to one of our first movies we're going to talk about. Because we're not going to go obviously in the Ginger Snaps. I have a great
obviously.
Believe it or not, there's another movie on this list that involves getting a traumatic period. Believe it or not.
Are you talking about Carrie?
Yes, actually, that's what we're talking about. By the way, before we start, Tom says the show's gonna be epic. Damn right, it will be. Nigel said, I recently purchased a DVD copy of Bring It On, Cheer or Die. Oh, I heard about this thing existing. I really want to see it.
Are there periods in that movie, Nigel?
Oh my God!
What? I thought we were allowed. I thought we already gave the disclaimer that this is okay. Are we taking that back?
I can react appropriately.
Nigel, you're right. We are talking about Carrie. So let's get right into it. So where this movie is going to fall under is supernatural horror in schools. All right? And many movies have this. And again, some of the movies I'm going to bring up, you can argue saying, hey, they belong under different categories. Or you might say, hey, Jess, you missed a classic. Comment, we'll talk about it. And if anything it's not listed here, let us know. But these are kind of the movies that I've been seeing, that Carrie, Freaky, Nightmare on Elm Street, Jeepers Creepers 2.
Oh, good one.
Final Destination.
Yeah.
Nightmare on Elm Street to me is like the biggest FU to being a high school student. Because it's like we all been in that classroom at 7th period after a heavy lunch. We were exhausted.
After a heavy lunch.
Right? And we start falling asleep. And like on top of we don't want to fall asleep during the test and have the teacher scream at us, we also got to worry about a homicidal maniac our parents try to lynch, trying to kill us. Like,
yeah, but did you ever fall asleep in class and then dream about a dead body walking the hallway with you, like in such vivid detail?
No, I haven't.
No.
I haven't. Have you?
No. I've had some fucked up dreams. Don't get me wrong, but I haven't dreamt about that.
The way you said it just now, it reminded me of how like Peter Graves in Airplane was like, Timmy, have you ever seen a grown man naked?
Yep. You ever seen a grown man naked?
Like the way you said it with such a matter of fact, like I'm gonna learn something from John today. He has seen dead people in a high school.
Like, moving themselves in their body bag.
I was like, holy shit.
God, what's happening here?
Yeah, but it's so.
We're missing one down here, Jesse, and you and I just talked about it yesterday. Didn't mean to cut you off, but do you know what it is?
Ooh, which is it?
Faculty, man. We talked about it. The Faculty.
Oh no! I got that under. I got that on something else. But you're right.
Okay.
It can fit here. No, everybody, real quickly.
Fair enough.
It can definitely fit here. I trust me. It was under this list at one point, and then I put it under sci-fi horror.
Okay, fair enough. I get it.
I mean, yeah. Okay. I mean, because you could even argue that Ginger Snaps is sci-fi horror because they deal with a lot of science. They're like biology.
But it's fictional biology. That doesn't count. That's not real science. That's fiction. No, sir.
Science fiction.
Okay. No. I agree with Sarah.
Okay, test the theory. Test it out.
I need you.
Test that.
To go and get Monk's Hood and essentially create like a heroin type version of it.
I don't know. You sound like that drug dealer was very convincing.
Because he was a drug dealer.
But he was a Canadian drug dealer, so there's some weight to that.
It's elevating.
You can tell that this whole movie was produced in Canada. Like everything looks Canadian in this film. Everything.
It does.
Okay, so Tom's been keeping track. Period joke count is now at 13 so far.
Fucking kidding me.
I only said it twice. I don't know who all's saying that.
Oh, it's probably me.
It's him. He's been making the jokes since last fucking night.
It's probably that. That's probably me. I'm not going to lie.
That's what you did with your fingers there, Sarah. Nice.
Fuck you.
No, you did the middle finger to Jesse thing. I saw that.
Anyways, 80s high school students could handle anything. Today's high school students would run and cry to their room. But
yes.
No, I mean high school. Oh wait, no, that might be too much.
Oh, that might be too dark. That's a. I think we need to talk about Kevin movie. But let's not get into that right now.
That's a really good movie.
Have you ever seen that movie, John?
What is it?
We have to talk about Kevin.
No, I haven't.
Okay, so it's Ezra Miller. He plays an evil demon kid, pretty much.
Not a demon kid. He's a psychologically disturbed child.
Who he goes on a bow and arrow spree in his school.
This movie came out right after Columbine, by the way.
Oh, perfect timing, man.
Yeah, and John C. Reilly was playing like the no-nonsense father.
Did he look the same as he does today?
Always, yeah. It was so funny. At one point, his son's Ezra Miller's like having a heavy bag, and the father's like, "What's in there?" Bicycle locks. Wow, why? A lot of kids at school have bicycles. I'm going to be selling them and be an entrepreneur just like you. Oh, that's awesome, son. And he starts bicycle locking all the doors before it starts. And we're like, eesh.
Okay, back on track.
Yeah, let's get back on track.
Here we go, Ezra.
Here we go. 14? Holy shit! Did I make one just now?
I stopped reading my book for this.
Okay.
She said I stopped reading my book for this show. Get on with it.
I hope that's one day a review. Guys, the critics have said about this show that Spooky has stopped reading this book for this. All right, anyways.
Can we put that on the cover of your special?
Oh, shit.
You need to remember this because I'm not going to fucking remember.
You're not going to remember.
Okay.
But anyways, let's get back to it. So let's talk about Carrie real quick.
I didn't like Carrie.
You didn't like
remake
Carrie?
or original?
The movie?
I hate the movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
And the book.
No, I like the book.
Oh, okay. What about the remake from like 10 years ago?
Which remake? There's like 3.
There's 2.
From like 10 years ago. The big studio movie theater release one. It was like 10 years ago.
The Chloe Moritz. That one's okay.
I just watched it like last year. Yeah, it was okay. I felt like Julianne Moore could do better. She's more prestigious.
Oh yeah, she wasn't good.
In her phoned-in performance in that film. I was looking forward to her playing the mom, and then I was just like, "Oh, this was not good."
I think that's why I don't like any of the movies, the remakes or whatever. The mom is not good. The mom is fucking unhinged in that book.
Yeah,
it is so good. Like the mom should be like fucking Kathy Bates in Misery.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I agree.
That's the equivalent to it, just with more religion.
Yeah. So, and I think hold on, Jesse. And I think that was my problem with Julianne Moore. I mean, she's a fantastic actress, but it seemed phoned in. And you're right, Sarah. The thing that's actually like when I watched Carrie, the original, even as a kid and now as an adult, the thing that scares me is the mom because she's so culty and so like crazy, like scary religious. And I forget the name of the actress that plays her in the original, but she is so fucking convincing that she's scary. And that's what's scary to me about Carrie. It's not Carrie killing people at the end. It's not her power. It's not the blood, blah, blah, blah. It's her fucking mom. Her mom is terrifying.
Oh, yeah.
And they have failed to recapture that. And I think that's why I didn't enjoy the film because I was just like, this performance is not good. And this should be the one you get right. And you didn't. So,
yeah.
I will say for anybody that wants a better version of the book Carrie, there's a book called The Weight of Blood by Tiffany Jackson. It's a Carrie retelling. Instead of Carrie having magical powers, and that's what the mom's like trying to keep silent, it's actually this girl has a white dad and she is black, and the entire time the dad's trying to keep her as white passing.
Wow.
It's really, really
good.
It's really good.
This is why like I love when she'll bring me a book and I'm like, that sounds amazing. And then my follow-up question always is, so when's the movie coming out? Like, I wish I was a reader because it sounds like a good book, but I just don't have the attention span.
I can't read. I was in the remedial reading class in elementary school. Like, get the magic tape out to sound out words. Like, yeah, man. I can't read, dude.
Did they ever do the thing where they put the candy bars on every 10 pages? And you
no, we didn't do that.
Get a candy bar?
The only thing I remember, because it was like first grade, man. The only thing I can remember is they had opaque Scotch tape, and they would take it and they would tape off certain words so that you would only read other words, and it allowed you to like somehow, some way learn how to read. This was like 1987, guys.
Okay.
And so that's how I learned how to read, man.
And meanwhile,
in the remedial class where they Scotch tape over words and books. But hey, it worked. I mean, I can read. I just suck at reading. So
that's fair.
But
I can navigate life. That's good enough.
So anyways, yeah. So Carrie's in this category because it's about finding being lost in the high school crowd, not fitting in, having a just a very demanding mother. Then you get to go to prom, and then it's like already that is such a good story for a high school movie. But then Stephen King's like, now it's horror, and it's like it makes it even juicier.
It's good. I'm not gonna go too not into critiquing Stephen King. It's meant to be pure feminine rage written by a white dude. It's good. The book is good. The movie not that good.
But he liked it. Wasn't that the first one that he was actually like, yeah, you guys got it?
Yeah, he liked that movie.
Yeah, I thought he did.
That was the only one he liked.
There's one scene in that movie that makes me laugh just hilariously.
Not again.
If you ever watch this movie, all right, the scene where Travolta's like hanging out with the girl that hates Carrie.
Here we go. Welcome back, Tata.
And then she goes down on him. Like she is wait. She is articulating how much she hates Carrie. Like her head is down. She goes, I hate Carrie White. I hate Carrie White. And I'm just like, how is she speaking?
Oh, the revenge blowjob? I'm going to get back at you by blowing this guy. And then I'm going to talk about you while I'm blowing him, and he's going to stay hard the whole time.
He just sees her.
And we're in high school, so there you go, right there.
I hate Carrie.
Oh, my God.
That's the whole
Why
scene.
is this the one thing you always
Because
bring
it's
up when you
so
talk about movie?
funny.
Oh, my God.
That actually might be why I don't like Carrie. I think that's like 80% why I don't like it.
Thanks, Tom. This is why we do the show. It's for you, man.
It's for you, dude. It's for you, man.
It's all for you, Tom.
It's all for you, man. But so okay, yeah. So Carrie deals with the prom. Carrie deals with other stuff. Freaky deals with the classic body switching horror movie that takes place with Vince Vaughn and what's the chick's name? I forgot her name.
It's Catherine something.
It's not Catherine. They body
say,
swap.
I was gonna say that I haven't seen this movie, but then as soon as you said that, I'm like, I have seen this movie. I didn't hate it. I thought it was all right. What?
You had no, John. It was just how you reviewed it. Like, I did see this. It was all right. Like, it was just how you said it. Like,
we're at the point where whenever we even discuss a movie, we know what your reaction's gonna be before we even bring it up. Like 90% of the time when we watch a new movie, do you want to know what goes through my brain first?
You hear,
No, I think John's gonna fucking hate this.
Yep, that's right. That's right.
Trust me.
I can't help it that I have reasonable standards that a lot of people seem to toss out the window.
Your expectations and standards are so fucking high.
I don't think they are. I think depending on the film itself, sure. If we're talking about Endgame versus the Prom Night remix, there's gonna be a gap there on what my real expectation is.
I think.
Right?
So, John, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna agree. I don't want you to feel like we're ganging up on you, but there's times I feel like I don't want to show you some of my favorite movies because I'm afraid of what you're gonna say.
I mean, show them to me. Let's talk about
it. It's like I'll be like, oh, he doesn't like it. He disapproves it.
Oh my God.
But look, okay, so we all acknowledge and say this, but then I'll die on this hill. My favorite movie of all time is Superman 3, one of the worst movies ever made. So part of that, too, is being able to separate subjective versus objective. I would never objectively assert Superman 3 is the best film ever. I can absolutely argue specific points, but it is a subjective opinion, as all movie opinions are. It's art, and art is subjective. There's objective standards to critiquing it, but this is not an objective critique. This is us bitching about movies. So
yeah, and like I can objectively say that Batman and Robin is a terrible movie, but it's very watchable if you're drunk. Very watchable.
It is
like
not a watchable.
Like when Arnold Schwarzenegger hits those snow puns. Holy shit! I'm laughing my tits off.
You know what killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age! You scared Sarah. You got too loud, man.
And then the one scene I love that's still my favorite in Batman and Robin is where Poison Ivy's putting on this like really expensive disguise. This like wig is coming out of a box, and she's wearing these like furs and everything. And then Bane's in the front scene, still wearing his luchador mask with a fedora,
trench coat on.
Forgot about that.
I was like, "This is so dumb," but I love it. But
he looks like the Ninja Turtle disguise when they go on.
It's the Ninja Turtle disguise. Real quick, Yes,
today.
we're gonna
Let's get back to it. Let's get back to it.
I choked on my pumpkin spice latte.
Michael, it is August, buddy.
No,
It's fall, baby.
Fall does not start until September 23rd. I looked it up.
I got pumpkin right here. I got pumpkin right here.
It's fall. We're gonna carve pumpkins this weekend.
Wait, what did Will say about Superman 3? Go back, please.
Wait, how can a man whose favorite movie film is Superman have such high standards?
I do. And here's so just to go on this, the reason that my standards are high is because I try to match the standard to the hype train that's following it. So if you're going to have something that is going to hype something up like it's the best thing since sliced bread, and then you get me to go to the theater and pay theater money, 3 hours of my time, $40 worth of concessions, and it's an absolute dog shit film, yeah, that's a problem. So that's why I have high standards, but those high standards are also subjective, and I alter those based on what I'm watching. My high standard for a Marvel film is going to be completely different than my high standard on the next Trolls film. Okay. Like there's still different gaps and degrees of, to that. So it's not I never do blankets. Everything is customized to the specific item we're discussing.
Hereditary is still good. Fight me.
Well, all right. Speaking of horror movies, let's get back on it.
I really hope they do a sequel. I know they're pushing for it. And if they do, you better believe I'll show up. I'll be in that theater and I will watch it.
Wait, can we all see Exorcist Believer together, please?
That's fine. We can do that.
I want to.
It's going to be shit.
I had no intention of seeing it, but if we want to go as a group, that's fine.
I say we all get drunk.
Everybody, yeah. Let's do it at the grown-ups table one. Let's do it. Hold on.
We can't stream from the theater. That'd be cool.
I know.
Tom, you actually
I know you did last summer.
Guess what? He actually helped us get into our second topic. Slashers and horror schools. Thank you,
there
Tom.
We go.
Great transition. Tom was like, they were off track. We need to get back on track.
Thanks, Tom. Thanks, Tom.
Yes, I know what you did last summer qualifies just because it happens the summer before they go to college. So I'm going to say that that's a part of it. That's a part of it. You got Scream, Prom Night, Cherry Falls, H2O on a technicality because Michael Myers is in a charter high school.
It's a private school, buddy.
Private school, yes, yeah.
Can we discuss how Kevin Williamson is just a giant fluke?
Faculty and Scream are amazing, and Scream 2.
Okay, who directed Faculty, though?
Robert Rodriguez.
Okay, that's why.
I agree with Sarah. That's why. But look, Kevin Williamson was involved with Dawson's Creek, so be careful on what you say about it. Okay?
I hate Dawson's
I don't want to
wait.
I can't have you talking bad about Dawson and Pacey, okay? That just is not going to happen.
About the creek.
Okay.
I've tried so many Kevin Williamson horror movies, and they have all sucked, except for Scream. What does Scream have? Wes Craven.
Okay, I can get down with that. I mean, because Faculty is really good. And you could tell it's a Rodriguez film, just the way it is. Even though it's the most un-Rodriguez film, but the only reason why I feel like it is it's just that bizarreness of it. I was like,
Williamson is Doberman level for me.
Okay.
I hate Doberman.
You were saying, what did you find?
So there's one that's worth discussing because is it horror? Is it suspense? Is it thriller? Is it comedy? Is it a little bit of both? Teaching Mrs. Tingle.
The fuck is that?
Okay, teach us, John. What is teaching? Why are you doing this?
This has Barry Watson in it, the guy from Seventh Heaven. It was the only movie he made after the show.
I don't know who Barry Watson is.
Katie Holmes was in it. It was one of her first movies after Dawson. How have you guys? You guys are 90s babies. How have you not seen this?
Okay, I was late 90s, okay?
I'm sorry.
In a very sheltered Catholic household, I wasn't allowed to watch a lot of stuff.
I could understand why you didn't see Teaching Mrs. Tingle. Mrs. Tingle is a horrible, unfair, biased, just awful human being of a teacher. She's also very, very hypocritical. And one day she screws over the wrong student or students. And through a series of misadventures, she gets what's coming to her.
That sounds stupid.
That's why I say it's a unique film. because it falls under the Kevin Williamson umbrella. It kind of falls under it definitely falls under the high school because it's senior year. It could fall under the horror element because when Mrs. Tingle escapes, she starts stalking them and attacking them in her own house.
This kind of feels like how like Shudder, the streaming, it counts Heathers as a horror movie.
Yeah,
it's like that. Because Heathers is hard for me to consider a horror. That's this film too. It's like it. Yeah. Like I get where it goes with it, but I'm just like, but then I'm like, whatever. I'm not going to get wrapped up in it. But anyways, the film is actually way better than it sounds, but it's still a terrible film. But it's also got Helen Mirren. She plays Mrs. Tingle. So I would highly recommend checking it out if you've never seen it. It's definitely a different film. But look, Barry Watson playing a slacker, drunk high school guy when he just got off of Seven Heaven playing God Boy. That's a great transition.
Wait,
so.
Is that
Sorry.
You are so loud.
Just playing God Boy.
That was really loud, Jesse.
I'm sorry. That was really... Wait. No, I grew up always seeing those stupid WB commercials for that show, and the fact that John said that, it just felt like it acknowledged something.
That was like
Boy.
That was the only like mainstream TV show I was allowed to watch.
Seventh Heaven? Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh my God! Did you see the episode where they thought he was smoking pot?
Yeah.
Oh man, that was a good one.
No,
or the girl who was poor and couldn't eat, but they thought she had an eating disorder until they figured out she was just poor. Oh my God, such good episodes.
The drunken ant, that one was good.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the ant.
Really? Oh damn.
No. Anyways, let's jump back onto this. So yeah, we're talking about high school horror movies and all that stuff. Someone asked about It Follows. It's a high school STD transfer horror movie. I guess I would this one because they're not in a school, but I get the coming of age kind of element to this. Agree. That does.
And it's definitely an STD. Michael's right. It is an STD. And I think they even said in like an interview I saw it was an STD ghost or whatever, demon or whatever. Like that's literally what they want.
I ruined this movie for Sarah.
Well, I didn't like this.
It's not very good.
To begin with.
Well, no, I kept pausing it and asking her what if questions. I was like, all right, what if you have 3 penises inserted in you at the exact same time?
Whoa!
Right. Then is the curse? Does the curse? Is it gonna cancel out? Like, because the demon can't attack somebody at the same time and kill them at the same time as another person.
Okay. Jesse, these are not energy waves canceling each other out. Okay. So one of two things happen. We either gangbang and stop the curse, or we gangbang and spread the curse and fork it into 3 more curses. Thus spreading it all over the world.
Fair question. Is this something you think about, Jesse?
See, look, the heat's Nigel, not on me now. It's on Jesse. See, it's off me now.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie to you, Nigel. I think about that movie maybe 3 times a week, and I just think about like, how could I? Let's say.
Wait, Jesse thinks about It Follows 3 times a week. I mean, that movie was mid at best, dude. Why?
It's totally mid.
I watched that movie in like a fucking year.
It's totally mid. It's totally mid. The movie is totally mid. I totally agree with that.
Oh shit!
But I love a good concept, and when you start setting up rules in a horror movie, I like to play with the rules. I like to.
And then they break their rules, but
I like to see how can we stretch these rules. You know, like at one point, the girl, she's like about to walk up to the boat with the 5 dudes on it. I was thinking like, oh, it's going to be Chinese finger cuffs time.
Okay.
And I'm thinking like,
my question for you.
Yeah.
What do you think about more frequently? It Follows or Saw Traps?
Be very careful on your answer, Jesse. It matters.
Saw Traps all the way. No, I think about Saw Traps all the time. So funny story. I got locked out of my patio slide door because something fell in front of the part where the door closes. And I was thinking like, oh no, I can't get inside. And I made like a little stick gadget to knock the stick out so that I could open the door. And I just thought to myself, I was like, holy shit, I would survive a saw trap.
No, you would not.
You would be the first one dead.
I don't think I would.
No,
I'd second.
Your ADHD brain would work.
Yeah,
against
Jesse,
you.
you would be the guy in the razor wire trying to climb.
Yeah.
To the,
No, I will be fair.
You're
Look,
done.
I will be honestly more fair.
You're dead.
Jigsaw would have to explain the rules to me 4 times.
I haven't got the timer yet. I don't understand.
What?
Repeat it.
Wait, in the blue? No, it's the green one. I gotta put it in the green one.
Oh shit!
Fuck, I'm done. Can you make this? Can I have another game?
Square. He'd be like, it's a square, Jesse. It's a square. Put it in the square.
You should see him try to play the Saw video game.
Oh my
It's
god.
fucking fun.
Dude, no. When she's asleep and I'm playing that game, I'm like MacGyver. And then when she wakes up, I'm just like, da, 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 and I'm just like running into every gun.
He
Whoa.
walks into he trips wires.
All the time.
I think you set yourself on fire once.
I set myself on fire. I exploded myself once. And then you're supposed to save other people. I don't really do that. I kind of set traps on them so that they die, and then I pick their pockets for the keys. It's not great.
So while I would love to continue down this rabbit hole, because thank you, Tom. One for the gangbang. While I would love to go down this rabbit hole, I actually want to revisit something that Tom said above. Jesse, why don't you grab that comment where he asked us a question?
All right. Who were the dumbest high school student characters in movies, examples of so far, and why?
The fucking guy that yells, and I know what you did last summer.
Yeah. Dude, here's how brilliant. Okay.
Because he plays the same character in every movie. He's never not played that character.
Not only that, but it makes Scary Movie even funnier.
Oh, dude, Scary Movie, though, is great, man.
But I never understood why that character was overacting until I rewatched it. And I was like, this is Oscar level shit.
It's him, man. That's why.
Him. Okay, he's one.
Yeah.
Another person is Carter from Final Destination, who has the weirdest angle.
Oh yeah, but dude, it's Keir Smith, man. I got a soft spot in my heart for Keir Smith. So,
but dude, he's just driving. He sees the one guy talking to the girl, and he's like,
"Yeah,
I'm gonna watch." He does a Yui,
hops out of the car,
kills Stifler.
Yeah,
he just dude. And then at the funeral when he's walking with his girl, he's holding her so close, he's hiding his boner or something. And I'm like, dude, it's a funeral.
You know what? I'll give him a pass on that one.
Okay, well, anyways,
look,
and then he's trying to carve the girl's name in the marble.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Her name deserves to be.
Her name. It's well, statistically, it doesn't. She didn't die on the plane.
But so then he played the exact same asshole character in My Bloody Valentine remake with Jensen Ackles. That's a fantastic film. I fucking love that. I watch it every year. I saw it in the theater, saw it in 3D, own it in 3D and Blu-ray. I love My Bloody Valentine. I love the cast. I love the story. It's violent as hell. They don't shy away from it. That, if nobody has seen it, go watch it. It's great.
That's the situation where the remake's better than the original.
I agree. I like the original, but I agree with you, Sarah. I think the remake is better. I really, truly, honestly do. They did a really solid job with that. They did. And Keira Smith is an asshole. So
yeah. But no, so let's go back to that question. Okay, so John, is there any dumb high school student characters in high school horror movies?
I mean, I'm trying to think of dumb because I don't want to say all of them. You know what I mean? To me, it's not so much a singular character. It is the logic and thought process. It's, hey, people are dying. Let me run to the killer. Or there's a killer loose and we're all in the school and the lights have been turned off and we just figured out we're locked in. Let's all separate and walk around by ourselves. It's not a singular person. It's more or less the decision making that seems to happen. And that's why I like Cabin in the Woods so much, because they directly meet that head on and not only make fun of it, but they explain why as well. And I thought that was very clever.
Yeah. I mean, for me, here's the reason why I can ignore that, because sometimes I just think there really is stupid people out there.
Oh yeah.
I people watch, and I've seen people just do the dumbest shit ever. So for me, like, it's not even me suspending any disbelief. It's just like when I see someone do something stupid, I'm like, oh yeah, that's totally stupid. I see it. I'm so like I never have to be convinced. Like a lot of people complain like Halloween Kills. A lot of the people in the movie were stupid, and I'm
That's
like,
kind of the point.
and I'm like, yeah, they're fucking idiots. I mean, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with them being stupid. I didn't go to Haddonfield be like, all right, which one of you rocket scientists are going to help me out today? You know what I mean? Like,
but it didn't make sense. Stupid high school kids. Stupid makes sense. 50-year-old seasoned town folk. Stupid makes no sense.
The lady with
People
the
don't-
iron.
I got my Black and Decker. I'm ready to go. It's not plugged in
believe
either.
her. I still fucking believe in her. Dude,
Nobody believes in her.
She is
died.
my spirit
She's
animal. She is my
She's gone.
spirit
She
animal.
was one of the first to die.
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't.
she's out. She's
Weren't
she
you-
brought that fucking iron, man.
Well, then
Now,
you
if she had
guys
turned it
die in
on
the saw trap.
and preheated it, then she could have like burned a hole through him, and that would have been cool. But no, we brought a cold iron to a fight.
Anyway, but yeah, no, those are some really dumb characters that I thought. Was there any other ones you could think of before we move on?
That was a great question, Tom. Thank
That
you.
was a great question, Tom. That was a good one.
I wish I could have. I'll provide a better answer if asked again when I have some time to think about it. It's
All
hard
right.
to come out with that off the cuff. And also, I think Nigel asked, "Where can I stream Teaching Mrs. Tingle?" Well, Nigel, you can stream it on Paramount Plus. You can rent it on Amazon, and you can also stream it on Apple TV. Hopefully, you have one of those three. If you don't have Paramount Plus, get it. There's a lot of cool stuff on there, and watch it there. So, report back to me when you watch Teaching Mrs. Tingle, because you know I'm about to watch it tonight. So,
Did you Google that before you told him?
of course I did. I looked it up, so it was factual information.
We don't listen. He keeps it factual. Me, I just say whatever I want, and then he corrects me.
Fucking dumbass.
Yeah. Anyways, okay, so let's just cap off some of the high school stuff.
Wait, what's Cherry Falls?
Cherry
Yeah,
Falls.
what is that?
We watched that one. Remember? I don't want to say. Okay, I'm gonna try to say it without accidentally giving out the plot twist. It's
Don't
about this
kill.
killer that's killing people. They're about to lose their virginity and stuff like that. And it turns out it's
Brittany Murphy and Michael Bine are in this.
Yeah.
I don't remember this
Jay
movie.
Moore, you watched
Jay
it.
Moore is in this. Oh my
Yeah.
god, I need to watch this.
It was
Okay.
a movie that couldn't get a theatrical release, so they had to release it on TV.
Oh, it's also on AMC Plus. I've got that.
It's good. It's not bad. It's good. I liked it. It's a dumb movie to watch. It'll burn a great 90 minutes to 2 hours. It's good.
Yeah, but I mean, this has a good cast, so I'm
It's
in.
good cast.
I'm in.
Like Michael, it's like I don't want to reveal. The only thing I can remember right now about the movie is the plot twist.
Don't say it, because then I won't watch it, and I'll be like, "Fuck you, Jesse."
Yeah, so I don't want to say what it is, but everybody, if you haven't seen Cherry Falls, definitely give it a shot. It was kind of a movie like like how after John Carpenter's Halloween, after that they were just slasher.
Yeah.
Cherry Falls is a result of the Scream fascination.
Okay.
This meta horror, high school
Yeah.
horror, teen horror, like you know what I mean? It's like boom, boom, boom. That kind of got caught in the wind of it all.
You know what I just thought of when you said that? That was also released right at this time. That makes so much sense.
What?
Valentine with
I
David
love
Boreanaz, man.
That was a
My nose
that's a
is
good
bleeding.
twist.
My nose is bleeding.
That was a good fucking movie.
I didn't expect
I liked
that
it more
movie.
than Urban Legend. I thought it was better
Same
than
here.
Urban Legend.
Yeah.
I think the problem with Urban Legend is that there's just so many urban legends.
How do you pick the right ones?
How do you pick the right
to
ones?
film?
With the horror movies, those tropes have been done they've been done to death so much that when
Yeah.
you get to Scream, they're obvious. But like with the urban one, like I didn't know about the backseat urban legend. So I didn't understand the beginning of that.
Aren't you 30 now? How did you not know about that?
The back I know
How did you never know that?
the backseat urban legend?
That went all around our high school.
I never heard of it.
You're an idiot.
I never heard of it.
Weren't you guys in high school in like 2001?
Yeah, no, I was in 2008.
Oh God,
It's only about 8 years.
I feel so old.
He graduated 2011.
That was the year my 11-year-old was born. I was 30.
All right. But anyways, yeah, I agree. Like Urban Legend, that was kind of why. I mean, Urban Legend 2 was pretty interesting. I'll give it that.
I didn't watch that one. I didn't watch.
Yeah, I felt like the concept was tighter. I felt like the concept was tighter. It's the one where they're making a movie. Whichever one, maybe that's Urban Legend 3, I can't remember. Whichever one where they're making a movie, it has a very interesting concept. I don't think they fleshed it out perfectly, but I had fun watching it. That's what I'll say about that one. I actually had more fun watching that one than the first one, even though I think the first one is a better film, if that makes any sense.
It does. Oh, Eva Mendes is in it. Nice.
Wait, what is this? What are you looking at?
The Urban Legend you were talking about.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, so anyways, let's get back. So let's get back to our we'll cap off here.
Reel it in.
So the last movie we'll talk about before we move on is Prom Night. And that was kind of a movie we all kind of talked about off the air, but essentially we weren't a big fan of the original one.
The remake's way better.
I agree. But it does. But the film not being that great, it still doesn't really impact the fact that it's all about high school. Because that's what Jesse and I were talking about, is the high school films work the best when it's the kids just existing, right? It's coming of age, it's navigating being a teenager, navigating high school, but then you throw this horror element to it. So like Ginger Snaps, menstruating for the first time, being sister outcasts and trying to fit in, and that's all high school shit. Like everybody goes through that, but then we throw this fucking werewolf thing on top of it. So the ones that really focus on the high school aspect and then have the horror element, I tend to enjoy a little bit more, because it's just like, for some reason, even as an adult, we all survived high school. Everybody goes through high school. So for some reason, as an adult, looking back on kids suffering in high school, you get some enjoyment out of it. And then you throw a horror element in and you kill them all, then it's even better, right? So there you go.
Yeah. Real quickly, just want to throw up a couple comments before we switch topics. We got, I love Jesse's shirt. Thank you, Jordan.
I bought it.
Thank you, Jordan.
And then we also got Prom Night is just jointed and stupid. Yeah.
The original is. I'm also biased with the original Prom Night because I saw it after Halloween Ends came out.
Oh, so
and I was in my fuck you Jamie Lee Curtis
I'm
phase.
still in my fuck you Jamie Lee Curtis phase.
Okay, just that's not like, even if you're a Jamie Lee Curtis fan or not a fan, that's not the film to watch. Like that's not the film. I would rather you have watched Virus than I would have you watched the original.
I would rather watch Virus.
Oh, is that the campy one?
That's the one that's on the abandoned ship. It was basically that director who was kind of in over his head with that movie.
Yeah,
with the whole space monsters.
Yeah.
I'm not giving that bitch any more money.
Hey, look, she is a great actress, okay?
He fucked us.
Sometimes she just gets bad scripts, okay?
Multiple times?
I mean, look, she's been acting for 60 years. She's allowed to have a few duds.
Halloween.
Look, even Tom Cruise has a dud, so it's okay.
No, but he's a Scientologist. That doesn't count.
Yeah, but his film career is one of the most prestigious that's ever existed since there's been people.
Nope, still my fuck you, Jamie Lee Curtis.
I'm just going to move on. I'm going to move on because I just don't know how to.
Okay, I'll defend Jamie Lee, okay? I'll defend.
You can defend her. You can defend her. You can defend her. We're on the Kate Siegel and Danielle Harris train.
Yep.
Those are our queens.
That's another reason.
Oh! Somebody just in the comments, I think it was Tom that just brought it up. High school horror. He said that was overlooked. Totally agree. That's a fucking meta film. High school horror was like meta before meta even was a thing, man. And I remember the first time I saw it, I didn't appreciate the ending. I was just focused on, holy shit, it's fucking George Clooney. But now that like I'm older and I've revisited it, the ending is just fucking priceless. It's the Monty Python ending. Like, it's so good. My appreciation for that has gone up.
Which movie?
High School Horror. It's got Marie McCormick in it, man.
Okay. I misread it. It said overlooked for High School Horror. Good call. Sorry, never mind.
Oh, maybe he wasn't talking. I thought he was talking about High School Horror, the film. Maybe he wasn't. I don't know. Anyways, check it out, Sarah. It's meta ending. It's got Marie McCormick, George Clooney before he was even on Roseanne. Check it out. It's actually not bad.
All right, well, let's go over to our next topic because everybody's been kind of wanting us to talk about this. I've been holding this near the end because I know this.
What is it?
We're going to talk about the faculty.
There we go, Jordan.
We're going to talk about it. So this is an example. This could be under so many categories. So
I like how we're going to spend the last 15 minutes talking about this movie.
We could, well, we kind of talked ginger snaps and everything to no extent.
We didn't talk about teeth.
Oh, we didn't talk about teeth.
I'll save time for teeth. We'll save time for teeth.
That's every male's worst nightmare. Like it just is. Like.
All right, so Faculty is for me. I love this movie.
Absolutely.
It's very simple and executed. It really starts off. It really feels like a regular high school movie. Mm-hmm. Like that's what I love is like they don't jump into the supernatural or the sci-fi, however you want to look at it, quickly. It's like kind of a 30 days a night. It just kind of slowly unfolds and unfolds. And then there's a point in the movie where it's the point of no return. You see the thing shoot into somebody's head and you're like, oh, this is a horror movie now. You know what I mean? Which I love because like that was a good fake out at the very beginning when she escapes the high school from the T-1000 and then
I can't see him in any other. Even when he was Decker, I'm just like, oh god.
Because like, he was running at her. I was like, T-1000, T-1000, and then. But the best part is like when the drama teacher just turns around and turns heel, and you're like, oh shit, I didn't see that coming. I'm like, oh, this is a twisty movie, and this movie was very good at subverting like what you thought was going to happen. And it gave me a sense of dread where, like, when they go to Josh Hartnett's house, I was like, well, what the fuck are they going to do? They're fucked. I've seen.
No, they're not. He's got the drugs there, man.
He's got the drugs.
And he's got a gun. They're good,
man. But that's what made a good horror movie. That feeling of they're fucked. What are they going to do? They're done. They're history. You know what I mean? And I think that's what's missing from a lot of horror movies is that feeling of like, there's no way they're going to survive this. There's no way. And then they do. And that's what I want to see more in horror movies. I think that's why this movie is so effective. And it's been like, because it got 55 on Rotten Tomatoes, but then it's been reevaluated over the years because it was very ahead of its time. And I think that's why it didn't get some love upon its release because it was talking about stuff that people weren't ready for.
I don't know a single person who has seen this movie and doesn't like it. I just don't. I'm sure they're out there. I don't know any of them.
I don't know them either.
But I'll tell you, so like you hit the nail on the head at the beginning. It does feel like a real experience, like a real high school experience. The school's like run down. They're always bitching about budget. The teachers have lost their motivation. The kids are kind of like taking over a little bit.
Josh Hartnett trying to get laid.
Dude, he's out here making like fake cocaine out of like aspirin or whatever it was, or caffeine pills, whatever it was he was making it out of. And I'll tell you because I saw this in the theater when it released. The part that hooked me in was having Christopher McDonald as his father, and when I forget whatever it was, he got in trouble for something at school, and his parents were bitching at him when he's at home, and they're like grounding him. And like Casey's a good kid. He never gets in trouble. So it's a big deal that he's like getting in trouble and grounded. And then his dad's like taking shit from his room, you know, and his mom's like, don't forget about the porno. And he's like, what? And he like lifts up the bed and there's like a Playboy in there. I'm like, dude, that's where I used to hide mine. So like, it was just like, that was like just so perfect. Just the way it was shot, the way it happened. It was just like, damn, I feel like this is something that happened in my bedroom. Like, and that's what allowed me to really connect to the film. Be like, okay, they at least understand what this shit is like. And then it just took off with the modernized version of Invasion of the Body Snatchers. So I mean, I really enjoyed it. But that scene was what really hooked me. I was like, okay, I think we've got a good one on our hands because they understand this. And if they understand this, there's a good chance they're going to understand all this stuff too. So
yeah. Like this to me, this movie always felt like like how Night of the Living Dead, every sequel was just the zombie apocalypse in a different location during that same time. This always felt like that for the Body Snatchers movie. Like it always felt like that because like it's in the same vein. And this is one of those movies where they're referencing movies left and right. This is another one that does it as well. But no, this one's, I think, like I said, I'm forgetting his name and I hate them forgetting his name, the T-1000. He gives a hilarious performance as the coach.
Dude, like, Robert Patrick?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Robert Patrick. I'm sorry. I know.
Sorry. I shorted out for a second, but I've rebooted and we're good.
Sorry. I just love, he gave like, his performance as a coach is just hilarious. And because he's just like, you motherfucker. He's like losing shit on them. And then he's
hard to see that Bobby Knight, man.
Yeah.
About to throw a chair.
Like after he's done, like with the football practice, goes over the bench and just flips it over.
Yep, he's done with that shit, man. He is done with it. Like I just can't fucking handle this anymore.
He just played such a good unhinged coach, even when he had the thing inside of him. Like the one part where the guy's like, "Oh yeah, I want to quit football." Oh, that's fine. And they're like, "You sure?" Well, what am I supposed to do? My all-state quarterback, who's the only chance we have at beating this other team, wants to quit, and his heart's on the game. What are we supposed to do? Like he's just like, and you're like, is he about to snap?
Right. This is not normal.
This is not normal. He's gonna snap. Like he's just so good at playing that. And so yeah, no. And another thing Tom Cook brings up, is the soundtrack.
Yeah, agreed. It's a good soundtrack. Now the comment above that though, Tom brought up another ridiculous film, Disturbing Behavior, aka Stepford Wives, just modernized. That's another Katie Holmes. I'm doing Dawson's Creek, but I'm trying to branch out into film, so kind of not movie. And there's some really funny fucking scenes in that movie, man. There's one where like this guy is like acting all weird because they're all like brainwashed and like programmed. And like I said, it's kind of like a Stepford Wives type thing. I don't want to give too much of it away, even though it's like a 25-year-old movie. And this guy is like, oh God, I probably need to watch it again to get the exact quote. But he's just like, I like you, will you go out with me? And she's like, no. And she kind of like says it like that. And he just like flips out. He's like, what the fuck? And just like starts going crazy. I'm like, oh my God, dude. Like, take protection better. Holy shit.
I love that character trope in horror movies. That guy that loses his shit at the first sign of trouble.
Right, right.
Because they're hilarious. They just like going, Jesus Christ.
I love how you find it hilarious because that terrifies me.
Yeah, I know. Because we were watching that one Twilight Zone, Not All Men, and I'm cracking up, and you're like freaking out like it's trauma. And I'm like, wow. It could happen. You're right. But anyways, we were watching Jordan Peele's Twilight Zone. Great show.
I haven't watched them yet, but I want to. I heard they were good, and I want to see it.
It's really, really good. We binged the first season in like a week.
Awesome.
Yeah. But anyways,
Nigel dropped another one.
Donnie Darko.
This is on John's personal top list right here. Like top. We're talking like top 10, maybe top 5.
You're gritting your teeth over here.
Fuck that movie.
Really?
I don't like that movie. I really don't like that movie.
Do you not like Jake Gyllenhaal?
Actually, no, I don't.
Okay.
Oh. I got a headache now. Oh,
it's like you smelled a fart over there.
What
time is it? I think I got missing time now. Is I abducted by aliens or something? Shit. Man.
Okay. The way you feel about Donnie Darko is the way I feel about Scream. I'm allowed to have my opinions.
That's fine. And it's that I don't hate Scream. I just don't like this whole kind of meta retcon, but not retcon. Let's like make it stupid, but not stupid. But then let's do something that's not indicative of this series. But then let's do something that is. And then let's highlight Jenna Ortega that's also mid at best. That's what I don't like about Scream.
I will agree with that.
I don't like Jenna Ortega.
I will agree with that. Jenna Ortega, like, I felt like Sabrina Carpenter. Is that what her name is? The person that stars in it? What's her name? The person who stars in the new Scream movies, the older sister. I feel like she holds down the fort. Jenna Ortega, I'm not gonna lie. I mean,
I'm not saying she's bad. I just
bad.
I don't get the hype around it. Like, and it's probably because I didn't like Wednesday. Everybody tells me, well, that's because you didn't like Wednesday. Yeah, I didn't because it wasn't fucking Addams Family.
It was Harry Potter.
It was Harry Potter.
It bastardized the fuck out of Addams Family.
Agreed. I liked Gomez. I liked Morticia. I liked Pugsley, the couple of scenes they were in, but it wasn't Addams Family. And I understand things have to change, evolve, different lens, different interpretations. I get all that.
Doesn't mean you rip the core.
Right. You have to still keep some things intact. And when you make the Addams Family not likable when they're together, and then you make the whole story Harry Potter, I mean, it's just like fucking Dances with Wolves all over again with Avatar. Yeah, Avatar is a fucking beautiful film. Love it. But it's fucking Dances with Wolves. We all know this.
Oh my God.
It is.
It is.
I've blocked that movie out of my memory.
I love Avatar. Avatar Way of Water blew me the fuck away. Got to see it in 3D.
I hate to say that was a good movie.
Beautiful.
I do not like Avatar. But
I love Avatar, man.
That second movie slapped. All right. It
beautiful.
It was a beautiful movie. The second movie was simple, great story, plot line. I felt like I can get behind every character. I felt like there were stakes. Great film.
Well, it's gonna be.
But it was Dances with Wolves.
Oh my God.
It's Dances with Wolves. Anywho, all right. So we're gonna skip ahead to our last topic, everybody. We're gonna talk about adolescence and monstrous horror in school.
Ooh.
So like this is kind of where body horror kind of comes in, you know.
No, I think you should change this to feminine rage.
Feminine rage.
Hey, then we could talk about Jennifer's Body, another bad movie, but yet I've watched it like 3 times.
That is a good movie.
Ooh.
Enough with the faces.
Okay, I'm not gonna, guys. Are you guys on my team or are you not on my team?
What do you mean?
I need to ask you, how do you spell feminine?
Ask your wife. I don't know how to spell. I can't read, remember?
Is that feminine?
No!
That's not? Holy shit, okay.
This is the highlight of the episode, folks, right here.
Is that feminine? Real quick, everybody, just so you see how
have a screen with Google up? Like
that was the best I could do.
ME9?
Hold on. I'm gonna get this. Can somebody comment feminine for me?
Can somebody spell feminine for Jesse in the comments, please?
Okay,
it's so embarrassing.
Jesse has a master's degree. I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah. Okay, honey, how do you spell it? Can you please just spell it?
He didn't get his master's in spelling. So
feminine.
That's clear.
Stop.
I'm not helping you. It's someone in the comments.
Y'all suck. I'm going to Google.
Wait, are we in the South now?
Oh, wait. Okay. There we go. Okay. Excuse it. It's going to have a period in the middle because I just pulled it off of Google. All right. Y'all suck. All right. There it is. Okay. There it is. Y'all happy? Y'all happy? I'm embarrassed.
Nana would be so proud of you right now.
Feminine. Nigel just write woman stuff.
Oh my God.
Quick, Tom, that's 15.
Yeah, that counts, Tom. That counts.
That's 15. That's
Tom,
15
that counts.
right there.
That counts.
That's okay. All right, I'm leaving it up there because you know what? Look, you got to bring awareness to the situation.
That you're
Schools
stupid.
are failing us, and that's the best I can do.
And you went to private school,
I
too.
know, it's really bad. Anyways, adolescent feminine. Horror in feminine.
I like how he didn't even fix it, just left it. Like,
yeah, I left it because
dictionary.com pasted it right in there.
I want to bring awareness.
Awareness so that you're a dumbass.
I was that the system failed me as a person. Okay,
it failed you.
Oh, it failed me big time.
How much money did you spend in tuition?
I don't even want to think about it.
Your mother's probably spent like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
We just keep going with the show.
All
right.
He's still paying those bills. He's still paying off those predatory
Listen,
loans.
Let's talk about the women junk. All right, here we go. All right.
Oh, whoa. Stuff and junk is 2 different deliveries, sir. Women's stuff, please. Junk sounds very bad.
The teeth are on their junk. Okay, stuff then. Stuff. All right.
Jesse, you've got 30 seconds till we're at the hour mark. What do you want to say about Jennifer's Body? Because it's like it's bad, but not bad, but bad, but not bad.
Yeah, I
Tolerable,
replaced
but
it. I didn't
okay,
like it the first time I watched it when I was younger.
It's
I
weird.
watched it again a few years ago, and I like it. I think Diablo Cody wrote something that was way ahead of its time. It was marketed inappropriately. It was marketed to be a oogle at her body movie because Megan Fox was the hottest thing at the time. She was in every
well, I mean,
movie.
people said she was.
Well, I'm just
There's
talking from a marketing standpoint. I'm talking from a marketing standpoint.
I think in this standpoint, it's a movie for other women.
That's what it should have marketed.
Really? Well, because it's like the two girls are BFFs, right? And they like navigate their high school and
needy
in competition with each other.
It's that, and also, like, have you seen the movie Sissy?
I have not.
Ooh,
okay,
that's a goodie.
So,
I heard good stuff about it, though.
Sissy, you're not gonna understand the full depth of it because you were not a girl in high school.
That's fine.
And that's what Jennifer's Body is. It speaks to that whole like high school experience that every girl has. So you're not going to get the full point of it because you didn't have that experience.
Okay, fair point.
Most girls in high school had a friendship dynamic like that. And that's why it's so accurate. And it's also why that movie isn't super popular with men because it's not meant for you guys at all.
Okay. I didn't think about it that way before.
Yeah. I mean, I liked it. I mean, I just didn't get it the first time around because but I do understand where it's coming from now because I watched it with a mature mind now. The first I watched, I was like 16.
Right. And that movie needs like actual critical thinking skills. Like if you can't critically think, you're not going to get it.
So the one part that I think is what I didn't necessarily like is not only the process of her being possessed, but how it came to be. I think if that was different, I would have enjoyed it more because I really liked the ending. I liked that the other girl got held accountable, got thrown in fucking jail. Nobody believes her. And it's like, here you go. I'm like, this is a great ending. I just didn't like how Jennifer acquired the demon. I wish that would have been a different catalyst.
I think I thought it was quite humorous how it was, though. I mean, for me, I was okay with that just because I number one, it kind of subvert the expectations of how you would get caught in a satanic or demonic ritual, and it's a band that's trying to get a record deal. So I found that hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, I was okay with it. I was fine with it. I think the one thing I really truly enjoyed about this movie was just like Megan, and I don't think Megan Fox gets enough credit for it, but like her kind of flipped acting in there. Like she goes from kind of weak and vulnerable to like dangerous.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Okay, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
I mean, again, like I said, I think it's a definitely great movie. I tell people to watch it again because I know when I watched it, it was Megan Fox is in Transformers 2. Oh man, this is awesome. Now she's in a movie called Jennifer's Body, and then she
didn't act anymore for 10 years.
Yeah, she didn't do that. Yeah, but now she's like coming out and like acting in some really good horror movies.
Well, now that she got away from weird ass Machine Gun Kelly, man, I still don't understand on that. Brian Austin Green, Machine Gun Kelly. I'm like, fuck, I had a chance, man. I missed it.
All right, so let's go to let's talk about teeth real fast. So, this
scares me just thinking about it.
So talk about it.
Yeah, talk about it, Sarah.
I haven't seen it in years. It's good though.
I mean, it's good, but it's scary as fuck for the fellas.
So it's scary for you guys, but it's like protection for women.
I get that. I totally get that. And I think the scary part is, I mean, there's a lot of different ways evolution can take us. So what if this is one of those ways we start going for women to have a better defense mechanism?
You know what? I'm fine with that. Totally okay. I think that would be justified at this point.
There would be guys that, never mind. I'm not going to go down this route.
No.
Not going to go down this route. But anyways, It was just going to be
I
another.
don't disagree with Sarah.
It was another degree of It Follows. It was another degree of It Follows, and I don't want to go there. I don't like that I think about that movie 3 times a week.
You have not seen it in a literal year.
Because I'm fascinated by the layout and like how can
Jesse, I have with It Follows is the most confusing setting movie. Is it set in the 90s, the 80s, the 2000s, the 2010s? I don't know. They have a TV with rabbit ears, and then they have this weird clamshell phone that doesn't exist. Then they have a rotary phone over here, but then you're using the StarTAC Motorola phone, and they have a somewhat decent car over here, but then they have an archaic house over here. What fucking year and setting is this movie in? I have no idea.
Why don't we circle back to this movie again?
Because I was like, what if Teeth took place in the same universe as It Follows? But then
so it's like double protection for the old DP.
This movie should not be taking up this much time.
I know.
It's honestly not
agree.
that good of a movie.
I totally agree.
No,
I totally agree with you.
It's a slut-shaming movie.
It really is.
It's really bad.
But like, I'm trying to think if I had the curse, what would I do and how I would put a stop to it. Like, it's kind of like Final Destination, but with banging. All right.
It's not even close to Final Destination. It's not even on the same level.
Oh my God! Yes, it is.
Serious? No, it is not.
Yes,
sir.
it is.
No, it is not.
It Follows is the Final Destination.
It is not. It is not. A STD ghost is completely different than Death's plan going to according to completely different thing.
So, the It Follows thing is backtracking all the sex and following it in an order of a plan. Like how Death Follows.
There's no following. You fuck, you get the disease. You fuck somebody, they get that's it. There's no plan. It's whoever you fuck gets it.
It moves backwards.
It doesn't. Okay, but you still have to be fucking.
I like The Craft.
Okay, Tom, thank you so much.
I do too. My wife loves The Craft. That decades later sequel was the biggest pile of shit I've ever seen. But I love The Craft. I will admit it. I enjoy it. I like to watch it with my wife when we watch it. It is a fun movie, and my man Skeet Ulrich is in it, so of course I'm going to give it a stamp of approval.
Real quick, I'm sorry, I don't mean to bring it back, but this will end the conversation.
No, come on, here we go.
No,
this will end the conversation.
Yes.
I agree with this.
Nigel's correct.
He's right.
That is absolutely correct, sir.
He's right. Okay, back to The Craft. Okay, I just need to put that to rest.
Okay, how about we're just gonna wrap shit up?
Okay, let's wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up. But we like The Craft. We like The Craft, right? All three of us like The Craft.
We like The Craft.
Sarah, you like The Craft?
I do like The Craft.
There we go.
I hated the remake or sequel or whatever the fuck that was.
I think it was a sequel. You
could have fooled me.
But the original one is fun. It's got a good cast, and go ahead.
The Craft to me is like the original Chainsaw Massacre. Like, I appreciate it for what it is. Am I going to go out of my way to watch it again? Probably not. Like, I've seen it maybe 3 times in my life, and I'm good. It's a good movie.
I've definitely seen it like times 10, 2 or 3. So my brother liked it growing up. My wife likes it. I've watched it. It's fun, and I think it really encapsulates. And again, I can only make this connection so far because obviously I'm not female, but I think it does capture the outsider. These girls group together, they're friends, they get into this, and then this happens, and it escalates and it escalates and it escalates. I do like that story. And so, I enjoyed the film. I recommend it if somebody hasn't seen it. It's 90s fun. Christine Taylor is in it. So, and she plays a bitch, and it's great what happens to her. She gets what's coming to her. So it's great. Check it
out. Those are always the best part of 90s horrors when there's always one character that all right, you gotta get first by the end of it.
Look, you're gonna be racist, your hair's gonna fall out. That was easy. Like, you should have died. You should have drowned. Like, hit your head on that diving board and drowned for being racist. But no, just all your hair fell out. So
anyway, is she from Hey Dude for Hair's Falling?
Oh my God.
Jesus. She is from Hey Dude, man. I watched that show when it aired live. You two weren't even born yet, but it was a great show.
All right. Well, hey, that's all the time. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We had one hell of a show with everybody who took a seat at the grown-ups table. Tom, Michael, Jordan, Nigel. Let's see. Am I missing anybody else? I said Michael. Yeah.
We had 2 Toms.
William. We had another Tom. Yes. We had 2 Toms, man. Wow. What a fun show. Thank you guys so much. We got more coming up. Like I said, this is our first kickoff show for the Halloween spooky season.
2 months. 2 months. September and October. All
boom,
horror.
Boom, 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 boom. We're going to be talking about it. So stay tuned on our Facebook page. Make sure you go and like it. And we do all kinds of fun stuff during the week with the posts I put up. So check those out and join in on the conversation as well as join in with the live show. I want to thank Spooky for joining us. Thank you so much. Yeah. And make sure if you're in the Youngstown area on October 14th, check out my comedy special taping at the Funny Farm Comedy Club. 2 shows, 7, 9 o'clock. Tickets are $15. You can get them for 10 with the promo code special 5. And that's all for tonight. So thank you guys so much. And one last person needs to get a shout out. Of course, Vance, man, the producer who's always producing the goods. Oh, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Jesse.
And I'm John, apparently.
And you've been sitting at the grown-ups table. Thank you, and have an awesome night. Yes, we've been sitting here.
I did